Hi, welcome to this video where we will be exploring the factions of Company of Heroes 3. As a real-time strategy game set in World War II, Company of Heroes 3 features 3 distinct factions, each with their own unique strengths and weaknesses. In this video, we will take a closer look at each faction, their units, abilities, and play styles. So whether you're a new player or a veteran of the series, sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of Company of Heroes factions. The game features 4 factions, and the first one is the US Forces. America's Army is a capable fighting force in all departments, but it particularly excels in 2 areas: aerial supremacy and crack infantry units. The US can access a wide range of air support abilities from supply drops and reconnaissance aircraft to P-47 rocket strikes and devastating carpet bombing runs. Alongside the standard array of riflemen, engineers, and machine gunners, US forces can also recruit specialized infantry units like commandos, who are equipped with both bar assault rifles and bazookas, making them highly flexible in combat. Paratroopers are an essential component of the US's fighting force. Power drop abilities let you quickly reinforce your frontline with fresh soldiers, or drop soldiers behind enemy lines to harass your opponent from the rear. Primary tactics: tactical infantry assaults are this faction's strength. Special Forces commandos can adapt to fight infantry or armor on the fly, while power drops enable the US forces to keep the pressure on the front line. Infantry can also rely on extensive air support to keep German tanks at bay. Weaknesses: you'll be vulnerable to artillery and anti-infantry units. You can field capable armor, but it's generally weaker than that of the Wehrmacht. Wehrmacht faction. Like the US, the Wehrmacht is a capable fighting force in all areas, but where the Americans lead with air-supported infantry, armored vehicles form the backbone of the Wehrmacht's fighting force. This includes familiar German tanks like the Panzer IV and the Tiger heavy tank, but also anti-infantry vehicles like the 8-Rad armored car and the Weibelwind Flakpanzer. The latter is technically an anti-air gun, but is equally effective at holding the line against enemy infantry. But the Wehrmacht isn't all about armor. The Germans also field powerful infantry units like Jaeger squads and Stoßtruppen units, the latter of which are strong enough to wield an MG42 on the move. Primary tactics: combined arms assaults are this faction's specialty. You'll want to use tanks and other armored units to terrorize enemy forces, with support from powerful infantry squads. Weaknesses: watch out from assaults from above, as you'll be vulnerable to British artillery and American air supremacy. AFRIKAKORPS faction. The AFRIKAKORPS is even more tank-centric than the Wehrmacht. Rommel's mechanized army has access to most of the same armored units as the Wehrmacht, but adds unique units like the Flampanzer III, which can incinerate infantry units with an attached flamethrower. AFRIKAKORPS soldiers are also capable engineers, able to repair vehicles on the fly and salvage fuel from wrecks. But its secret weapon is the 18-ton recovery half-track, used to restore destroyed tanks and other vehicles into fighting condition. Unlike the Wehrmacht, this faction isn't exclusively German, able to field unique Italian units like Bersaglieri sharpshooters and Guastatori squads, who use smoke grenades and gas masks to conduct surprise assaults on enemy positions. Primary tactics: this faction loves an armored assault, using armored units and extensive repair abilities to roll over enemy positions and make quick, deadly attacks. In more open maps, where vehicles can let rip, it really excels. Weaknesses: given the abundance of tanks in its roster, the AFRIKAKORPS is vulnerable to anti-tank weapons, and you'll want to watch out for those devastating artillery strikes. British Forces faction. Since the invention of the longbow, the Brits have enjoyed a long and proud history of fighting their enemies from as far away as possible. So it's little surprise that the British Forces and Company of Heroes 3 specialize in artillery bombardments. The Brits have access to unique units like Indian Heavy Mortar Crews, BL 5.5 artillery emplacements, M1 pack howitzers, and the Bishop self-propelled artillery platform. These long-range weapons let them soften up their opponents from afar, before assaulting enemy positions with tough infantry units like Royal Commandos and British Gurkha Rifles, who can flush enemies from cover with their grenade assault ability. Primary tactics: long-range suppression of enemy forces is where this faction shines. Focus on pummeling enemy positions with artillery, then using aggressive infantry units to mop up the stragglers. Weaknesses: artillery units are generally slow to deploy and pack up, making them vulnerable to flanking maneuvers and ambushes. Finally, here is my recommendations if you're new to Company of Heroes 3. Start with Wehrmacht or British and focus on basic build orders. Always start with an engineer pioneer backed by a machine gun team. You can add a mortar team or sniper, but try to get to tier 2 fast. The best way to learn more about factions is to play single-player content like campaigns and skirmishes. Hope you enjoyed my video. As I'm new to YouTube, I would appreciate your support, so don't hesitate to follow my channel and like the content.